As always, this episode is brought to you by Astoy Merchandise and Taser Ties. Finally get to fly my flag, my Michigan flag, that was still in the packaging and all wrinkled up. My sister-in-law made sure to really point that out, that she really loved my flag that had all the wrinkles in it because it's never been flown before. So that was really nice.
Listen, there's countless amounts of material right here where I can talk about. Like, I'm so happy that you finally got to, did it up for the first time.
Oh yes, thank you so much.
Finally, it being wrinkled from being in the package so long, I definitely understand
Fly my
that.
flag. Fly my flag.
All of it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for your penis. Focus, we got a podcast.
Oh, sorry about that. So, Jeff, it's a great day in my household.
Why?
Because
I don't know where to take
for
this.
the first time since we have joined forces in the same household, the wife and I, my Michigan flag flies high, baby.
Okay, so it
flies high. It's out front of my house. It's the first time since Michigan has beat Michigan State in a year and a half, whatever. I don't even know how long it is.
Think about what you just said, though.
Yeah,
it's the first time.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm aware of how bad.
You know
it is.
what? Every once in a while, we have to give a leg up to the special kids.
It's fair, but you know what? I'm going to take this as a win. So I didn't wait.
That's what most Michigan fans say.
For sure. I didn't wait. You know what I mean? Because as we record this episode, it's the week before the Big Ten Big Ten tournament for basketball. So Michigan and Michigan State could potentially play again, and I wanted to get
it's
every day,
then, right? Because we beat Michigan earlier in the season,
right?
And then you stomped us last night,
right? But we always go with our flag. So instead of buying a house divided flag, we did a little bet. We're just like, oh no, it'd be fun, and I thought it would be really cool because Michigan was projected to beat the living shit out of Michigan State a couple years ago during football, and I was like, yeah, this is perfect. So instead of doing a house divided, we have separate a Michigan flag and a Michigan State flag. Whoever wins out of basketball and football, the last team that's won flies their flag, right? So Michigan State obviously beat Michigan in football, and then beat Michigan again in football. Michigan beat Michigan State. I think it was the first game. I don't remember exactly when it comes to basketball season, but anyway, the Michigan State flag has been out front of my house for a long time to the point where it's faded. And my Michigan flag has never been out of the packaging until this morning. So I took it out and I hung that baby proudly. I was like standing in the living room floating it back and forth like I was one of the flag bearers at the football stadium. I was like, "Ah, go blue." I was singing the fight song and everything like a complete and total dick. But I've earned it, I feel like, because it's been so long from us losing to your fucking Spartans that, but I had to get it up today. I told her, I'm like, I had to get it up today because I could potentially only have a week of this, really, because, now we're going to release it on Friday. The Big Ten tournament starts on, I think this is Thursday that we're coming out. So, they could meet up in the tournament and Sparty could beat the shit out of Michigan. And then I'm sitting here for another year, another 6-8 months with the freaking green flag.
But I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think that's the case. Like with how State's been playing, like I deliberately have been avoiding basketball games because not only like I feel bad for Tom Izzo because I like at any point he's going to die. And it's because of how crazy he gets during games.
Wild on
he gets
silent.
wild.
But I feel like
the
that might
net,
help him.
at some point though, there's going to be a vessel that bursts that's very important to his life, and he's just going to drop.
You think so? I think that helps for longevity for coaches
don't.
because they just have so much blood pumping that their heart's pumping constantly that baby's just working in overdrive, cleaning them arteries.
I don't think that's how that works.
No?
I really don't think that. So the higher the blood pressure, the less likely of a heart attack and artery blockage. Is that what I'm getting from you?
Right. That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think any modern
Coaches
science.
live for a long
I don't
time.
think any modern science will back that up.
Coaches live for a long time.
Coaches live for a long time.
Yeah, it's true. And they coach for a long time.
And then they retire and wither away.
Well, they don't live long after they retire.
They retire, and then
Then their heart's like, oh shit, I'm not getting like pumping, going crazy, cleaning the arteries. I'm just sitting here clogging arteries.
You just keep going back to that argument of cleaning arteries. That's not how that works.
I think that's how it works.
It's really not. It's
right.
I feel bad. Like I don't know
right.
how we went to the same school and got the same education.
Well, I don't know either, but that's
either way.
That's my theory. I'm sticking to
I don't think that if they meet up again, I don't think it's gonna be. I think we're gonna see a repeat of last night.
Really?
I do, because State has they haven't had it, and I don't know why. And I'm not the sports guy in this podcast, so take this for what it is. But I don't know, and I truly don't know what it is. They just haven't been playing like themselves. I don't know if it's. I honestly I don't have an answer for you. I don't. I think maybe Tom Izzo maybe he's burning out. You know, maybe that intensity. I have not watched it, so I don't know if he's as intense as he has been. I don't. Maybe it's the intensity flame flickering.
Yeah.
And he's not the Izzo. The Izzone isn't as. I don't know. I have
know where you're going with that.
I don't know. Where
I'll pick up from here. I think they've lost 5 out of the last 6, which is unfortunate. But I don't know necessarily if it's something bad with the team or with Izzo. I think it might just be the grind of the Big Ten. Big Ten's projected right now to have 8 teams in this in the Big Tournament.
Big Ten's always been very competitive.
Yeah, but this year especially. Like you got Purdue, you got Illinois. Like there's a lot of them that are in the, Ohio State and Iowa are both going to be ranked, and these are the next 2 teams Michigan's got to play to really solidify their spot in the actual March Madness tournament. So I think it's just a grind. I think you get into this stretch of Big Ten tournament, and I think they just all beat each other up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because Michigan State just beat Purdue not too long ago, who's the number 4th ranked team in the country. So I think that was their only win out of the last however many games. But I think it's just a grind. I think really the Big Ten just beats up on each other, and which I think helps them in the tournament because they're used to playing that kind of caliber of teams. Then when they get to the tournament, it might help them, get a little bit further than
think so.
Yeah, a little battle.
You know what? Let's ask Tom Izzo himself. Tom Izzo, thanks for joining us today. Hey guys, thanks for having me. So Tom, to Brendan's point here, what do you think it is? Like, why do you think you've only won, you've lost 5 out of 6? What do you think that is, and how does that the loss to Michigan truly affect you guys heading into the tournament? Oh, well, the boys are just not playing as well as they used to, I get on them, I yell at them.
It's terrible.
No? That's not convincing?
No.
No one bought that was not Tom Izzo?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But
no, but I don't. So is there a point to where did they not make the tournament? Like
I think they're right now. I think they're still projected to make the
right?
tournament. Michigan's teetering. Michigan's got to win, and it was between these 3 games. So they won one. They need to win another one when it comes to Iowa and Ohio State, and I think they need to at least win 1 game in the Big Ten tournament to really solidify their spot. But I think Michigan State's in there either way.
Okay. All right. You know what, guys? You're right. That wasn't Tom Izzo. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to deceive you. But we do have Lupe Izzo here, though. His wife.
Yeah, right.
Hello.
We got little Izzo who's on the team as well here. So it's a great day in my household. I'm really excited, and I finally get to fly my flag, my Michigan flag that was still in the packaging and all wrinkled up. My sister-in-law made sure to really point that out, that she really loved my flag that had all the wrinkles in it because it's never been flown before. So that was really nice.
Listen, there's countless amounts of material right here where I can talk about. Like, I'm so happy that you finally got to get it up for the first time.
Oh yes, thank you so much.
Finally it being wrinkled from being in the package so long, I definitely understand
Fly my
that.
flag. Fly my flag.
All of it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for your penis. But in other news, though, everyone's talking about the Batman, right? Mm-hmm. By the time this is going to be released, we're going to be about 2 weeks out, I think, from the premiere.
Yep.
Here's what's crazy to me. AMC is charging more per ticket for the Batman than any other movie out there.
What?
It's about $1.50 more.
What the
per
hell?
ticket. I guess it's a selective. Like Steven Spielberg said this back in 2014, that at some point movie tickets are going to start being sold as if it was a concert or sporting event. The better seats, or AKA the bigger films, will cost more to go see.
You're shitting me.
No, so $1.50 more is what this is.
Get it back on my streaming service. I want it on HBO Max. This is bullshit.
It's Warner Brothers on it, so it probably will be at HBO at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, $1.50 more a ticket is what AMC though. Not all, not Celebration, not that, just AMC.
Okay.
And I guess what AMC does right now is even in the foreign market, they already do it.
Really?
Yeah. So
they're bringing it over here.
They are.
I'll be damned.
And it's just one of those things to where, like, as we're in the pandemic and people have adjusted how they view films,
right.
It's a way to still hit those projected opening weekend numbers.
I got you. Because a lot of people are staying home. As far as that
staying
goes.
home, apparently.
Plus the streaming service, they're just waiting for it to get on streaming.
Exactly.
Instead of going to the theater.
But the Batman, though.
Yeah.
All the reviews, non-spoiler reviews that I've heard. This is the first film that I will say that I will not seek out a spoiler.
Yeah, I'm trying not to. I want to, but I'm trying not to.
I get such a 7 vibe from it. We've already talked about this.
Yeah.
With our last phenomenal guest, Josh Prey.
Yep.
Love it. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see it. I'm just going stupid over it. I'm
projected.
so busy this weekend that I'm like trying
Cancel.
to fit it.
Cancel everything. What do you have going on? Bingo? You have bingo?
Yeah,
Cancel bingo. Fuck
know.
bingo.
I know, but I really am
COVID.
struggling.
Oh no, what you do is you just go in, you go bingo and leave.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So you went there, you played, you showed face, and you're done.
Yeah. The wife tells me that we could do it Sunday night, so I'm gonna probably keep her to it. So yeah.
What, flying your flag?
No, I'm still flying my flag, but
see the movie.
The movie. Yeah.
Okay.
See the movie.
This movie's projected to do upwards of 180 million for the first weekend.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has the second highest Batman score.
Yep. I think it was 91%. Does that sound right?
I think it was like
93 maybe? No, it was 90, 91.
I think 93, 94% was for the Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Can't wait.
I can't wait to see it either.
It's going to be, I just love this iteration of Riddler.
Yeah.
Everything
definitely.
I see about him. Like, this is the Riddler I wish we had.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jim Carrey. You're great sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's.
I feel like Jim Carrey just epitomizes that 90s, though.
He does, and everything that he does. Like
we've argued this before. Like, you hated it, but I'm like, that was 90s.
I think we talked about it too. That it was very commercialized.
Right.
They needed a way to sell it better and market it better. And
Right.
the Batman and the Batman Returns was not. It was too dark.
Right.
So they were like, let's commercialize it, like they do with a lot of many things.
Yeah,
like that's why Marvel does better than DC right now. Is not maybe the story. I don't think the storytelling's better. To be honest with you, I think this is just Marvel's easier to market. It's bright, it's poppy.
Well, that and it's more kid friendly.
Exactly.
Than this movie in particular.
Yeah.
From everything I'm hearing, like, Josh Price said, don't take them unless they're over 13.
Just in, but if you think about like all of Zack Snyder's versions of the DC movies, they're very dark and gritty. But that's how it started out. That's what the graphic novels were. That's what the comics were. That's what the animated films that have many awards to their name are dark and gritty.
Yes, and I think they should, as far as DC goes, they should understand that and know that
and lean into it.
Yes, lean into it and
Stop
understand that
compete.
You might not make. Yeah, exactly. You might not make the Marvel money, but be happy with what you're making because you're hitting that type of audience, not this type of audience. Like Marvel, Captain America, Iron Man, kids, right? Like, okay, understandable. Spider-Man can hit kids. Venom can't necessarily hit the baby kids. You know what I mean?
And that's okay.
And just understand that. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, for sure. Lean into it.
I just watched, how was it? I watched 2 animated DC movies recently. One was Injustice, which is based off the game, where all the heroes fight each other.
Yeah.
Very dark, very violent. Yeah. But overall, decent movie. Yeah. And then what did we just watch too? We watched another one, but it was the same thing. Oh, The Long Halloween. The Batman Long Halloween is off the graphic novels, part 1 and 2. Very dark, but it was so good. It was definitely a detective. Like, I guess the reason why I bring it up is because I guess Matt Reeves, the Batman, draws a lot from this movie, from this animated series.
Nice.
Not series, I'm sorry. Movie. The graphic novel.
Right.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
One of my favorite new shows that have came out has been DC Titans. I'm a big fan of DC Titans.
Because and that's one I saw. I need to get into it.
Yeah, very dark, and they have the profanity and the grittiness about it. You know what I mean? And I appreciate it. I really do. I like that series, and I think, like you said, lean into it. I think that's what they need to do for sure.
So I'm excited to see this movie. I'm excited to see how well it does.
Yeah, me too.
Pattinson is getting such good reviews.
Really good reviews.
As a Batman.
Yeah,
So.
and I'm interested in that. And, you know, I wasn't a big fan of his until I seen him in Tenet. I was like, damn, okay, kid can act. And then a buddy of mine watched The Lighthouse with him and William Dafoe.
That one's amazing.
That's what I've heard. I haven't been able to check it out yet, but I heard his acting, and Dafoe, obviously, Dafoe's a legend, in my opinion. But he held his own with Dafoe.
Yeah.
And
not to mention Twilight.
Yeah, okay. We won't bring up Twilight. Twilight, I will give this credit. Put asses in seats, sold money.
Yeah. Well, it's a very popular book.
Right. Yeah.
So.
But, you know, we won't go there. But, yeah, Twilight, you know, I don't want to. It is what it is. And you know what? If you like Twilight, we love you too. Jeff, do you see my T-shirt right now?
Hell yeah, you're rocking the TFG official wear.
Yes, I am. Our merch line that's on AstoyMerchandise.com.
Oh, Story Merchandise. They have the best T-shirts.
Yes,
and
they
apparel.
do. Yes, they do. It's like he took my measurements and made this shirt just for me.
It's not boxy. It's a great form-fitting shirt while staying comfy.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't, here's the best part, doesn't break the bank.
No, it does not.
It's
no, it does
awesome.
not. Yeah, everything's super affordable, and he has, like, everything.
Everything?
Yes, everything.
Hold on. So does he have, like, greeting cards?
Yep.
Posters?
Yep.
CDs?
Yep.
Koozies?
Yeah.
Fanny packs?
No.
Told you.
Just kidding. He's got fanny
Oh,
packs.
he does have everything.
Yeah, he's got
Story
fanny
Merchandise is your one-stop shop.
For everything.
So if you're in the market for any of those things, go to storymerchandise.com today and check out our TFG logo wear.
I got to tell you a story about my
watched
trip.
like one of those.
Did you? Yeah. I watched the one where it, what was the kid's name there that turned into a werewolf? I don't remember. But he says
Jacob.
Okay, there we go. He's like, you don't think
Team
I'm
Jacob.
beautiful?
Were you Team Jacob or were you Team Edward?
I was Team Get Me Out of the Theater. That's what I was. But well, especially when he looked at the girl there.
I was Team I'll go along with this so I can get laid later.
Fair enough. He said, do you think I'm beautiful? I was like, no dude would ever look at a female and say, do you think I'm beautiful?
I say that daily. I wake up. I do my stretch. I yawn.
Yeah.
I turn over to Lacey. I'm like,
do you think I'm beautiful?
Psst, listen. Do you think I'm beautiful?
You would.
And her response is, what the fuck are you doing?
Leave me alone, you creep. No.
Her response is, you're still here?
Yeah, for sure. Like
2 years and you're still here?
Yeah, what the hell's going on? I got to tell you about my trip, man. We'll have a couple episodes out when this one airs, but I was stranded up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Hoth. You were stranded in Hoth. And I don't know if you get that reference.
I don't know what that means.
So I need a new podcast host.
What is Hoth?
Hoth is the legendary planet in Star Wars. Luke Skywalker goes there. It's where they have the Rebel base. It's the one where he like slices the frozen whatever animal, camel, whatever creature, and like cuts its guts out and gets in there for warmth so he doesn't freeze.
Oh, okay.
So one where he also gets captured by the big, what'd you call it? Like, yeah.
Jabba the Hutt? No.
The frozen guy. What is the word I'm looking for?
Not Wookiee.
Not Wookiee. Hell no. God, you're embarrassing me. It's embarrassing that I can't think of this, but it's even more embarrassing that you're thinking about Wookiee.
I only watch everything at face value.
What is the legend that we have out there now? It's not
Yeti?
Bigfoot. Yeti.
Yeti.
It's a big-ass
Yeti?
Yeti, and he cuts off its arms. And
No, I don't remember any of that. But I have seen all the Star Wars movies, but I take everything at face value.
I don't know if you've seen.
I have seen them.
Then how do you not remember this?
I mean, I do remember it, but
okay, then right
it didn't
before
set with
where
me.
he has to like slice the thing open with his lightsaber, what happens? What are they fighting?
I don't know.
Exactly. You
I
haven't
don't
seen the
remember.
movie.
I have seen the movie,
Proceed.
Jackass, but
You
it's been
proceed.
years.
You were in Hoth.
Yeah.
AKA the UP.
So on our way up there, we had whiteout conditions. We couldn't see like 3 car lengths ahead of us at some point. So we finally get up there and everything. The cabin's nice that we're staying in and everything. And we get up in the morning and hit the trails. By that, I mean we went up there to snowmobile. And we went through a stretch of like 25 miles where it was like 3 foot.
I'm glad you
moguls.
clarified that because clearly you weren't hiking.
Yeah. Oh, hell no. It wasn't hiking. They were
See
like
with your snowshoes.
I did snowshoe. Yeah.
You had those clip-on snowshoes?
Yeah, I did.
Like the tennis rackets on your feet?
Yeah, we did that at Treetops when we went up there.
Okay.
Yeah, the wife and I. But anyway, we had like 3-foot rollers. It was really, really rough and pain in the ass. We went and seen the Lake of the Clouds, which is gorgeous. And then the next day we got up and we went to Bond Falls, which is really pretty, and kind of checked that out and stuff. The wife did one day, and then she was pretty much done. She's like, "All right, thanks, but I'm gonna sit here and read my books and just hang out
in the nice warmth."
Yeah, in the nice warmth. Okay. It was really, really cold. So, and then we were like kind of watching the weather and everything like that because we were supposed to come home on Wednesday. Well, they already had like waist deep snow. Like I jumped off my sled and like went to relieve myself, take a leak, right?
Okay.
So I jump off and it's like up to my waist. I'm like, well, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna just stick my little dickie in here, like in the snow.
It's already cold enough.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, well, that's not gonna happen. So I was like, we wound up going somewhere else for that. But anyway, so we got 15 to 18 inches of more snow on top of what they already had up there. Freezing temperatures, like -8, -8. So we get ready. Me and the boys are getting ready to head out for a day trip. And I'm walking through. I have a magnetic clip for my helmet that has like my electric shield for my helmet. I walk through and I get that caught on my keys. Or on the keys, like that's by the door, rips off the keys. So I'm like putting them back up there. I'm like, son of a bitch, When I lift up my head and I smoke my head right on the bottom of the cabinet, like knocks me silly for a minute. And I was like, holy shit, like put a big old friggin' lump on my head and everything. I was like, son of a bitch, I'm pissing and moaning. We get out there, we go. The trails were rougher than hell the whole time we were up there, pretty much. We ride about 150 miles, come back. Well, as I'm riding, I'm like, my shield's like fogging up and then getting iced over because it's colder than shit outside. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm getting annoyed. Well, then I grab my heated shield and I kind of like pull it down. I'm like, well, that's weird. I got like a shock in my glove. Like, that's freaking weird. Like, why would I have that? Like static in my glove? It doesn't make any sense. So I look down and my helmet's broke. So like, the heated shield like shocked me through my glove. So I had that, and then I come back. We're trying to the snowplow guy couldn't make it to us. 15 to 18 inches of snow. Snowplow broke naturally. We're supposed to leave to come home the next day, and so I tried. We were taking our snowmobiles, going back and forth over the driveway to kind of pack it down to see if I can get my truck out.
Listener, if you're still with us, he's coming to a point.
Yeah. So of that, I got my sled stuck in the driveway, and then get my sled unstuck, get everything where it needs to be. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make a mad run for the road to see if I can get my truck out because we're supposed to leave the next day. Plow truck's coming. Get my fucking truck stuck. So then I'm trying to shovel my truck out, and then I get my truck.
I lied. There's no point.
There's no point. So then I scratch my truck with the freaking shovel as I'm trying to dig myself out of this situation.
It's a Dodge. It actually added value.
Shut up, you prick. And then my dad's truck wouldn't start because it's too freaking cold. So, and it's diesel, and you're supposed to plug it in. It was just a wild week, dude. And so we got snowed up there. They had a ½ inch of ice from Gaylord to Clare that we had to stay an extra day anyway. Number one, we're stuck because of the snow. We couldn't have got through the ice anyway. So, yeah. So I apologize for missing a week of the podcast because I was snowed in the UP. That's my story.
Is anybody with us still? That was just a long, drawn-out version of an excuse of another reason why you missed a podcast.
I know, but I had to tell the listeners.
You just say, I called in again.
I didn't call in. I got stuck in the UP.
That's calling in.
I got stuck in the UP, or as my mom calls it, up wide.
Up wide.
Yeah, we were watching the Weather Channel. It said snow's going to come through, and it said up wide at the top. She's like, what's up wide? Meant UP wide, like Upper Peninsula wide. So she's like, it's going to snow up wide? What is up wide? So
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think any of this is landing.
Yeah. Not landing with you, but people that have been up there snowmobiling would appreciate it. They know how it is, get stuck north of the bridge. But
see, and every time you sent that to me, my first thought was like, All right, you fucker. Well, this is your first call-in of the year. Like, you only have 3 more.
Right.
God.
Well, yeah. Try being up there and getting snowed in.
But I would love to. Like, that's my paradise. Like, I would love to be snowed in with fucking nowhere to go. I would love that. Like, I'm bummed that we don't have a good snowstorm story in our generation. Our parents had the snowstorm of 78 where shit was, like, way above their heads.
Right.
And they had plowed enough of the sidewalk to where they still went to fucking school. Now we have 1 inch and somebody that just goes, "Oh, I slipped." Yeah. School's off.
Yeah.
Like, it's dumb. Like,
what did we get with our big one this year? We got like 15 inches of snow.
I don't know. I don't think it was 15. Like, our cumulative over like 4 days.
Yeah. It was a couple days.
But like one good snowstorm?
Yeah, no.
Nothing.
No, I don't
we have
think so.
no good storms.
You remember when we used to get ice storms though? The ice was
wild. We had a big ice storm like 10 years ago.
Right.
But like that's like winning the bronze medal, man. You're up there, but do you really want to be up there?
Yeah, no.
Like, it's like, hey, we had an ice storm, and then everyone else, like, of older's like, fuckers, listen.
Hold my beer.
I had it up to the roof of the goddamn house, and I still took my ass out. Like, I thrive in that. Like, every time when we had a snow day here, I didn't go to work, so I had to watch my kids.
Right.
Everyone's like, oh, the roads are bad. I'm like, hold my beer. I thrive. I go out and drive in it just because I love driving in snow. I love it.
Yeah.
And now, like, for next week for my birthday, which is why we're recording now another episode, because we are going to actually not be recording next week because I'm going to be somewhere up north.
Yes.
I keep forgetting where she tells me we're going. What?
Cedar.
Yeah. Okay. I've never heard of it. By Fishtown.
Yeah, by Fishtown and Traverse
If any
City.
of you Michiganders know,
yeah,
it's up by Fishtown somewhere.
Yeah, in Traverse City.
But we got a nice Airbnb up there.
Yep.
All I know is that there's a hot tub and a fireplace.
There you go.
That's all I need to know.
Well, brown chicken, brown cow. That's what else you need to know.
It's going to be awesome because we're going to stop at a brewery on the way there a small brewery that I've never heard of or tried and I want to.
Right.
And then after that, we're taking our own food. I made the beer.
Yeah.
We're drinking all the beer that I made. It's going to be, and then we're not leaving. We're not leaving this place.
You're not leaving. You're just going to a cabin in the woods. You're not going to go to Traverse City or anything for dinner.
We went for Traverse City. We went to Traverse City last year.
You're not going to go to Fishtown. You're right down the road from. You got to go to Fishtown.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll probably do that before we check in.
Oh, that's fair.
Because
but
we can't
check in. You don't plan on leaving the cabin.
Hell no.
Oh my God!
Because if you're paying that much, what?
You're making a baby.
Hell no. If you're paying that much for a place to stay, this shows you how cheap I am, listeners. If I'm paying that much, well, I'm not paying it. But if we're paying that much to stay somewhere, we're going to fucking stay there. I'm not paying X amount of dollars a night to barely be there. Okay.
Well, that's what we did. We paid a certain amount and then we went
snowmobiling. Was it a nice
all
place?
Day. Yeah, it was a nice place.
Cool. Well, I'm going to if I'm going to do that where I'm not going to be there, I'm going to rent a dump.
I wouldn't say it's like what you guys are going to
rent
in,
like a Motel 6, like run down, like nothing.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to do. If I don't plan on being there, I'm not going to spend a lot of money.
Right.
Just sleep there. Not going to do
fair.
it.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's how I'm wired.
Yeah, we split it with like 2 other couples, obviously, so it wasn't that bad.
Well, if you want to come along, come along.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear the noises.
You want to hear? You don't want to hold the camera for me?
No, I'm all set.
Damn it.
I'm all set.
Well, before you completely
ruined it,
just rudely interrupted
I'm so sorry.
my whole segment about films.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
With your story, what was the point of that again? Was it
just to tell you why I was off and the listeners why I was off?
I think the main takeaway was that you embarrassed yourself in not knowing what Hoth was.
All right, that might be the case.
I promise I'm not trying to be a dick.
Yeah.
It just comes naturally.
Certified.
Patrick Stewart. You know Patrick Stewart?
No. He's a singer, right?
I'm going to need the listeners to excuse the silence while I find a way to hurt this individual.
I'm just fucking with you. What is it?
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
He played Professor X in the X-Men movies.
Yes.
Do you follow? Are you just saying it
right
just to say it?
No, I'm right there with you.
Okay.
He's also Captain Kirk.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has officially confirmed he's in Doctor Strange 2.
Ooh.
As Professor X.
Really?
They showed him in the latest trailer, but not fully him. You just assumed. Because how many people look that good bald from the side? Not a lot.
Not a lot.
So he's officially come out and said that he is actually in this film.
That's incredible. How does that play into this universe? I don't understand.
So easily.
Really? Okay, run it to me.
I don't even understand all of it, to be completely honest with you.
Right.
But essentially what it is Doctor Strange is now going to be like the anchor of the MCU, because now they're using him in this multiverse to open up everything to where everything just makes sense now because of this.
Okay.
So what is it called? I think they're called the Illuminati is what this is. And he heads them up. Professor X does. That's the extent of what I know. Okay. I haven't gone down that rabbit hole, but there's said to be variants of Iron Man and several other characters.
I've heard Tom Cruise is Iron Man.
Yes. Oh,
I know I will kill myself.
Hopefully they have an Apple box in the budget for Tom Cruise to stand up and look like he's at least a decent height to everybody else. But this movie is said to be bigger than Endgame, to be bigger than Infinity War.
What?
Yes.
The Doctor Strange movie. We're
yes.
talking about the same movie, right?
Yes, because it's opening everybody up to the multiverse.
Which
so
would be, what is
X-Men
this, the
come in now.
MCU 6 or 5 or whatever the hell it is?
What?
Right? The MC, like, what do they call it?
The MCU is what they call it.
The MCU. Yeah, stage. Right?
Oh,
Stages,
yeah, the phase.
the phase. Yeah.
But yeah, this opens it up for Fantastic Four, for the X-Men, for whoever the new Wolverine is going to be. All this stuff. It opens the world to so much.
Which you say new Wolverine, but I keep hearing like Wolverine's going to be part of Deadpool 3. I don't know.
Wolverine actually died, like in Logan. Like Hugh Jackman kind of said goodbye to that character.
Yeah, but he said he would come back.
Well, yeah, of course, if the dollar
Money
amounts
grab,
right. But
right.
Again, this is a multiverse, so another version of him could come.
Right.
So
Who would
where
that be?
nobody would ever die.
Right.
In this world, it's just a different
it's just
variant
a
of
different
him.
variant of him, which just blows my mind still.
But I don't know. I'm excited to see this movie because we said it before, it is supposed to be like a horror movie of MCU. So it's very dark.
Yeah, that's wild to me.
Sam Raimi is the one that did it, and Sam Raimi has done a lot of horror movies.
Right.
So
I liked Doctor Strange in the Spider-Man, the newest Spider-Man. I liked his role in that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see it. I really look forward to it.
I want to see it. I mean, I'll watch anything that Marvel puts out, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, you're a Marvel junkie.
I'm not a junkie. I just, like, people are out there saying, like, some individuals are saying that, like, superhero movies are ruining cinema. Like, it's not ruining cinema. It's just catered to a different audience than you.
I agree with that. I don't think it's ruining cinema. I think it's its own genre of cinema.
Yeah.
Can we
and
say
if you
that?
don't like it, then just don't watch it.
Yeah.
And then start watching the stuff that you are into
Right.
and leave that
Right.
alone.
Yeah, I feel like it's not flooding to the market to the point where there's not other projects out there.
Yeah.
Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of other projects out there.
What is that that latest movie that came out that just fucking tanked? Moonfall? Is that what it is? Moonfall?
Oh yeah, with Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Did it tank? I didn't.
Oh, it tanked bad.
Did it? Yeah.
Director is trying to cover up the fact that it tanked and was just like, I think he's the one that said, there needs to be more sex in like Marvel superhero movies, all this blah, blah, blah. And he's one that doesn't believe in the whole superheroes. It's because you kind of fucking blew it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that he blew it. It's just how many times do we have to have another Earth-ending movie?
Well, the same can be said about superhero movies.
Absolutely, I did.
Right.
But like,
well,
where's the audience?
Right.
Though?
Right.
The audience for superhero movies is much bigger than the people who are going to see how we're going to eventually die.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
This is a life, like humanity ending films. Yeah. Like,
I think
I don't want to go and be depressed when I walk out.
Right. I think the comic book thing. Well, I don't know how. I don't read comic books, so I don't really know what to say about that. But I feel like
but apparently you read though.
I do read books, but graphic.
Comics
I have read The Killing Joke.
Comics are just like not as many pages for you as what you like.
No, shut up, Dick.
Because comics are like about 30 pages. You're like fucking.
I don't think
preschool.
my brain can understand comics. You know what I mean? Because like there's not as much dialogue. There's just more pictures, which I
Which
like.
feel like that's right up your
I
alley.
know. Exactly.
Is it
right.
because the pictures don't
Right.
pop out?
Yeah,
Is that what it
exactly.
is?
Yeah, when I flip them open, I want it to like pop out like
Yeah.
a card.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I want them 3D. But I feel like comic books were huge. Then we're like,
Man
not
can't
huge.
follow along the comics, but he can follow onto a fucking Game of Thrones, which no one
Yes,
can
I
fucking
can.
follow that shit.
I can. I know my brain works. Everybody's brain works differently. And then it kind of went away. And then comics, like over the last 10 years, I feel like have just been blown out. Like maybe in 20 years, in my opinion. I never remember seeing comic book stores around us. And in the last probably month, I've seen 3 comic book stores. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, that's awesome. Like, I think it's really cool. And I think, and I could be projecting, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think with the success of all the superhero stuff, it's brought in this business to really, like into a resurgence. You know what I mean? To bring the comics back where people are getting their hands on them and everything. And comics for me are incredible because last I knew they were like $1.50, $2 for a comic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As far as cheap entertainment, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Buy a comic and, read it or whatever and have the whole series. I think it's a cool concept, and I'm surprised I never got into it. But I just feel
Because
like
of the pictures.
Yeah, the pictures. Yeah, pictures really do.
It's really set the tone.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you seen the last Morbius trailer that just came out a couple days ago?
Yes, I did. But I didn't see any Spider-Man in there.
No. And since James Garfield, which is the boy that cried wolf, definitely has come out and said he has no solid plans to return to the character.
Who, Andrew Garfield?
Yeah.
What?
That's what I said, right?
No, you said James Garfield.
Who the
Yeah.
fuck is James Garfield?
I don't know. Andrew Garfield literally came out and said that he has no plans to come back to the character,
Yeah.
even though there's rumors that he signed a deal to come back to the character.
Yeah.
What is true?
He's the boy that cried wolf. Like,
What does that mean?
what is it? The boy that cried wolf?
Well, I know what that means, but like he
That boy was that not in the books that you read?
no, but I get what you mean. Like he's saying like, oh, I'm this when I'm not this. Like you know what I
Sony
mean? But-
originally came out and said that they were, said that they would okay moving forward with another installment.
yeah.
But now he said that there's no concrete plans for him to return to it.
So what was this? Just publicity to get people
Ah, it could be.
asses in the seat for far home or fucking
Far
from
From
home?
Home?
Yeah.
No Way Home, you mean?
Yeah, No Way Home. Whatever.
Far
it is.
From Home was the one before
All right,
that.
fair enough. I was close.
At this point, we're just showing how late it is in the day because it's about 10:30
Yeah.
at night, guys. This is our
It-
second
yeah.
show that we've recorded.
Yeah. We're
Um,
getting sleepy.
Yeah,
It's past Jeff's bedtime.
Oh my god, by like 4 hours. No, but so that's just what has been the most recent. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
if the door were to be opened and the offer was made, yeah, but I don't think he's like sold on it. Like, I don't think he's like, I'm going for this, because he just released that Tick Tick Boom, right? I think it's called Tick Tick Boom. That's on Netflix. It's about the guy who wrote the Rent musical.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Getting amazing reviews, amazing.
Mhm.
And then he's coming out with a series now, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it's called, but he has a series on Hulu coming out. Like, the dude is kind of found acting again, and he's getting the jobs.
Yeah, which I don't disagree with, but at the same point, though, like this is a different project than what he's doing right now. You know what I mean? Like those two projects are like lower level than if he were to play Spider-Man again.
I
in the
don't
third
think
installment.
so.
Get out of here.
So when we're talking about like the epicness of like
Yes.
the blockbusterness,
Yeah, the money that would come
bigger,
with that.
yes, but like in these films, he's got to actually showcase his range.
Yeah, that's a
of
fair.
acting.
That's fair.
Spider-Man
Yeah.
isn't. It's not
Right.
a big range. Like,
Right.
you're a teenager, that's a superhero.
Right.
It's been done. Like, each of these characters that he's playing in the Netflix show and movie and the series coming out on Hulu, it just gets him to kind of show people like how much of a true talent he is.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. I feel like it's fair to say that, but I was meaning specifically like notoriety, popularity, and then like the money. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
that obviously Spider-Man would make him a hell of a lot more money in the notoriety than what these
Yeah,
kinda
but
would be.
think about this though. He's probably to the point now where it's like, yeah, it's more money, but like he kind of stepped away from acting. He kind of chose to do that.
I feel like he had to, right? With all the stuff that happened after the second.
The only thing that happened, I mean, with the second Marvel movie was they canned the series because it didn't give as much money as they had hoped. But it was a good movie.
Yeah, but I think there was some allegations of something at some point where he was being a shithead for something. But
I think
don't quote me on that. But.
No, I think he was. He had some deal with Sony where he was supposed to show up to an event. He didn't show up. But I think it was because of all the bullshit going on. So at that point, if that's your character, like not your character in the movie, but if that's who you are, your beliefs, then I think you would migrate more to these smaller, budget films because you want to stay true to your art. You want to explore those characters that you haven't been able to in the past because of when you get locked into superhero movies, you're kind of stuck, for a certain amount of time with the contract.
Right. Yeah. Stuck,
he wasn't anymore.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I mean, he did that. Was it
Hacksaw Ridge? Incredible movie.
So good.
So good.
And that's the first time we were like, oh, shit.
And I'm not a war movie fan. I'm really not. They don't do much for me. You know what I mean? Like those period pieces when it comes to the war movies. But that was incredible. He was really good in that. It was a good flick.
Then obviously he played the part in The Social Network, which is still to this day one of my favorite David Fincher movies.
Is that the one
about Facebook?
Facebook? Yeah. With what the hell's that kid's name? That's the main character.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, I really like him.
And that movie, his dramatic range was awesome.
Yeah, true.
Like you felt for this guy, but also you fucking hated him at the same time.
Agreed.
Like he's such a good actor.
He's a great actor.
That series I was forgetting, couldn't remember the name of it, is called Under the Banner of Heaven.
Okay.
They just came out with a trailer of it. So listeners, check it out. It's gonna be a good series.
I think you make a good point though. I feel like there's actors and actresses that are out there that do this for the notoriety, popularity, and the dollar amount, right? The dollars. And I think there's other ones that really take acting as a craft in an art form. And I think that bodes like leaps and bounds on what they choose to participate in. Yeah. So there's some actors that will do projects that are less notoriety, but are about their craft and their art. And I think that's what you're touching on compared to like taking the big dollar amount, the big money. Yeah. Obviously you can do both.
I think the thing with Spider-Man and Sony, it kind of rubbed in the wrong way. So, I mean, he's been active as an actor, right? But he just did smaller, productions.
Right. So that he cared about. Yeah. I can't remember who it was I seen recently that we're talking about roles and stuff, and that they really were searching out stuff that, it was when I was reading McConaughey's book. That he went through that stage of like obviously.
Did you want to tell us what page you're on?
No, I already read it. I read the whole book.
Just so we convince the readers that you are actually.
Shut up, penis. I read the whole book. But no, he went through that stretch where he was like the heartthrob of rom-coms, right?
Yeah.
And then he started pushing himself. Like he took a year or two break of doing that, and almost like people kind of forgot about him. That he was able to come back into the industry and play parts that he wasn't known for, and that he really wanted the art and like his art to show through those roles. Yeah. And he started being a little bit more choosy on those things that he was doing. And I think that's really cool. I kind of feel like Garfield kind of took that same approach or trajectory in his career, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely lost where I was going with the whole Morbius thing now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, I wasn't that impressed with the trailer. It's been pushed back so much
more than what I've already
seen.
There
was quite a bit more in that trailer.
Was there?
Yeah, there was.
I guess there wasn't anything that really like tickled my fancy.
I don't know. It to me, it's like a Venom movie. It's honestly like a Venom movie.
Yeah, agreed.
So, will I see it? Yeah, not right away. I'll see it sometime though.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go see it.
This is one where I'm okay with reading the spoilers before I dedicate myself to go see it.
Agreed. Same here. But I do want to see it. I just love Jared Leto. I think he's incredible.
I think he's not as good as people make him out to be. To be honest with you,
do you say that because of his Joker role?
No, I say that because he has such a weird take on a lot of different roles. The one film that I really enjoyed him in was Panic Room. He played one of the burglars. But since then, I haven't really enjoyed it. I think he always, to me, appears like he's faking it to the point of like he's nervous he's going to get caught and realize that people might realize that he's not really an actor. He kind of just plays his goofy ass self in every role, but different versions of it. I know that's going to be a very unpopular opinion, and it's okay.
No,
I feel like he just looks like he's about ready to get discovered that he's not truly an actor at any time.
I feel
he's
like
nervous.
sometimes I feel like when I watch him, it's almost like a lost feeling. Like he's like lost in his own body almost. Like
it's because he's just like, shit, I hope they don't discover I'm not really good at this.
I do feel like from what I've seen though of Morbius, I didn't know anything about the character before I started seeing the trailers and stuff for this.
I still don't know much. I know that he gets turned into a vampire type guy.
Because he gets bit by bats. I'm not really sure. But
he does something.
It does intrigue me. I like the aesthetics of it. I think it looks good. I think they didn't overdo it like some of the stuff. I think from everything we see in the trailer, obviously we can't, until we see the movie, we can't give like a full deal of it. But I think aesthetically it looks good. I think some of the slow-mo shots that they give look like pretty good. So I'm not sure why it's been so downed on up to this point.
I think it's been being pushed back so much.
Yeah.
Like they've delayed it so many times now, and I'm just wondering why.
I know that makes me wonder.
In the last trailer, they didn't like. I thought like maybe they had like pushed it back to do the reshoots one more time.
Yeah.
But they didn't reveal anything about it, so maybe it's just gonna be like one of those where like, oh, opening day, people will go see it, and they're like, oh yeah, this is decent numbers for opening day, but the moment it gets out what's in this movie like that they've kept secret, maybe it'll fill butts for the second half.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
I do want this. I will say this about Jared Leto. I feel like everybody has tried to water him down in his performances before because they always talk about him being a method actor. They always talk about him going, almost to the extreme, right? I want to see that. Don't water this down for me. When it comes to any role that it comes out. So if it's Morbius, don't water it down for me. The Suicide Squad, when it came to his Joker, I wanted to see his portrayal of that. You know what I mean? If that's even
portrayal
of that. Thank you so much.
And you read.
Yeah.
Typically, people that read are better.
No, I'm not. I read, but I don't I don't.
That's
read
why
all
I
the
can't
words.
do population and pollution because I don't read.
But I want to see that. Do not water him down. I want to see the next role that he does, and maybe it's out there and I haven't found it yet, and that could be the case. But I want that. Give me his full portrayal. It's getting late, but give it to me straight. No chaser.
We've now have determined your population and pollution.
Yeah, exactly.
This is your kryptonite.
This is my kryptonite. But give me that. I want that.
Okay, that's fair.
I want that.
I mean, check them out. Maybe in that reboot of the. It's not a reboot. It's a sequel of what is that movie from back in the day with Harrison Ford? Oh God, hold on. Let's fill this awkward silence right here.
But no, that's what I'm saying. I just feel like if I would have got the full aspect of him in Suicide Squad being what he wanted to be in that role and not doing all this crap with it like they did, I feel like that would have been a hell of a lot more compelling than what we got. And I'm really
out a lot of his stuff apparently.
Yeah.
Now everyone's fighting for the David Ayers version of it, just like the Snyder version.
Right. Well, that's the thing that pisses me off too. They showed that part with the Joker in there in the trailer.
Oh, they completely fucked you.
Yeah, and they did not give that to
Blade Runner is what I'm thinking about.
Blade Runner.
He was the villain in Blade Runner 2049.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's not bad. Batista's in that too. And he's another one where I feel like he's just faking it till you make it type thing, and he's just hoping that people don't discover that he's really not talented.
He's always going to be Drax. I think he's great as Drax, to be honest.
Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, fucking hated him. They dumped him down so much to be a comedy relief, and I hated it.
That was unfortunate. I really hope they kind of fix him in this third one, but
I guess what I want to end this portion of the conversation with is Jared Leto, just stay with music. Do us a favor. Just stay. That's mean.
Yeah.
But I would love to see something that I really enjoy him in, but I just haven't. Yeah. We didn't really do a fun facts the last couple episodes.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But Lacey did tell me something in passing.
Okay.
And we obviously know Pamela Anderson.
Yes.
We know Pam Anderson.
I mean, I'm vaguely familiar with her. Yeah.
Bullshit. You know who that is. She is the reason for slow-mo. Like
big
in
facts.
In Baywatch.
I'm
That's
bringing big
probably-
facts back
that's-
for one episode.
Fuck.
Yes.
God, just let it
Yes.
die.
And then the music to the soundtrack to Baywatch will always bring that into my head. Yeah.
So she's a big activist when it comes to animal rights.
Okay.
Like PETA, all that, right?
Okay. Fair enough.
So apparently Pam Anderson had contact with Putin.
Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Putin.
Okay. All right. Which
So-
this is he's a touchy subject right
He
now
is.
with
He is.
everything going on in the world for sure.
But-
we will not make any comments about that.
But hang with me here, because
okay.
unlike Brandon's story about the UP, this has a point. So
Fucker.
Pam Anderson actually contacted Putin back in the day. I don't know what year. I think it was around 2010.
Okay. So
she-
we're talking how long ago was that? 2010.
Well, it's 2022, so
okay,
that's
12
12
years.
years.
12 years. Fair enough.
Okay.
All
Math
right, let's do math.
there.
Yeah, for
All
sure. I'm getting tired.
Anderson first explained her first contact with Putin, saying, I wrote to him and asked him to stop the importation of seal products because this was 95% of the market and that could potentially shut down the Canadian seal hunt, which is one of my big goals. And he did. He actually shut it down. He responded and shut it down. He made it actually illegal to import seal products into the country. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, as we all know, recently on Hulu, Pam and Tommy just came out.
Yes.
Have you watched this? Have you
I have
binged
not
it?
watched it. No, I have
Lacey
not.
and I have binged the first 4 episodes that came out. First off, let me just say that I love Sebastian Stan. He's the one that played the Winter Soldier.
Oh, yes.
And he's a good actor.
Is he Tommy?
He's Tommy.
Oh my God. Okay.
I
I'm
can't
interested.
decide if I just fucking hate Tommy Lee or if I fucking hate Sebastian Stan playing Tommy Lee, because his portrayal is fucking annoying.
Really?
I cannot stand watching the show because of him. And it could be, again, that he's doing his job and really portraying what Tommy Lee is like.
Tommy Lee is a
I
bastard.
fucking hate him. This portrayal is the most annoying thing I've ever watched. The chick who plays Pam Anderson is good. She really is.
Yeah.
I will say that grade A sex scenes. Great.
Oh, there you go.
Great.
Fair enough.
Seth Rogen doesn't look like Seth Rogen in this. He plays the angry contractor who steals the sex tape and leaks it.
Oh, okay.
And it's that story, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
That's what
yeah.
this whole show is about.
Yeah,
It's about,
it's about that.
what happened in the personal lives, the
Right.
public eye, all of it. Here's where it gets interesting. Do we think, now just hang with me here, and this is not a joke.
Mhm.
Do we think that the release of Pam and Tommy's show has any correlation with why Putin's such an asshole right now? Because he's jealous that it wasn't Pam and Putin?
I'm not thinking so. No, I don't think
No?
there's any direct
You
correlation.
don't think that he's not upset that there's
No.
no Pam and Putin versus Pam and Tommy? Pam and Putin so it just sounds better.
I mean, I will give you credit on the title. Sounds
Pam
better.
and Putin?
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
The titles.
They were
very
also
amusing.
briefly, apparently, reportedly physical at some point.
Really.
Yeah, she is not confirmed nor denied,
Mm.
but apparently there could have been a little lover's interest there.
Oh, that's interesting. I think title wise, it does make more sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's interesting. I don't know what to say about
Pam and Putin. Putin Pam.
Putin Pam.
What do you think? Should we cut it? Cut it. 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 All right, we're a couple weeks out, obviously, still from the time that we're recording. But let's hit them with some, the listeners with little weekend recommendations. It's been a minute since we've had one.
Yeah, that's been a minute
So,
since we've had a weekly.
I know
weekend
you are doing
recommendation.
something that you haven't done in quite a while for a recommendation.
Oh yeah, sport. Not sports.
No, we ran that
Just
into the
kidding.
fucking ground.
I
haven't
know. I did. I was throwing you off game. Music. I'm gonna go music on this one, Jeff. I'm gonna go.
we? Shocked
Matt.
it wasn't a book.
I know. Well, nah, not
That's
yet.
next week.
Yeah, next week. Matt Schuster is an artist that I stumbled across. He does some country music. He's got a couple, probably 3 singles that I really enjoy, and that's From the Start, Haunted House, and Who Are You Kidding? So check him out. Check him out. Give him a little listen. I really enjoy his music. I like his voice. He's got a good sound to him. So
What's
check
the
him-
background on this guy?
I don't know.
Know anything about him?
No, don't know anything about him. I stumbled upon him on Spotify and just
went with
his
it.
music. Yeah,
So you came across it and you just got sucked in.
I did.
Awesome.
I sure did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
What about you?
Mine is not an event, not a artist, but a website.
Oh,
It's our sponsor. One of our sponsors, Story Merchandise. He has recently come out with a line called New Penny. And I will tell you why, even if you don't want to hear it, I will tell you why I love this line. And no, I'm not being paid for this, people. He, did you ever watch Ghost Rider coming up? It's where these kids had to solve crimes, but it was from a ghost that the only way to communicate was through a journal.
no, I didn't.
Dude, I remember.
Sounds dope though.
I remember growing up having so many good memories of watching this with like my brother and the fam,
Mm-hmm.
and I love it.
That's awesome.
Well, he just recently came out with a Ghost Rider coffee mug, t-shirt, and sweatshirt.
Nice.
And you best believe your ass I ordered that. And that is going to be here soon.
That's incredible.
I am stoked for this. But not only does he have Ghost Rider, but he has one of the funniest lines in The Big Lebowski. Obviously, you're not a golfer.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. I remember just being in the theater and just busting out laughing. But he has those T-shirts as well as, and if you're familiar with Michigan, Video to Go, video rental place that was around back in the day. He has a Video to Go T-shirt, along with so many other things, and a lot of them are truly, honestly, are like Michigan based. Like he is from Grand Ledge.
Yeah.
You know, he's originally from here.
Yeah.
But he has like the USA Cafe T-shirts, Video to Go, like I already said. A couple businesses out in Grand Ledge.
Doesn't he have one like Frandor or something like that?
He has a lot of his Frandor ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of Felposh. Remember Felposh?
Yeah, Felposh was huge.
Yeah, so he's keeping it real when it comes to his Michigan heritage. A lot of good stuff. So definitely check out storymerchandise.com. Check out the New Penny line. I'm sorry, New Penny line. Again, it's like 11 o'clock now.
Yeah.
Check them out. Give them an order. Check out
Absolutely.
the TFG official logo wear.
Yeah.
While you're there, and then just take a couple minutes and browse the rest of the site because he has a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Free shipping anywhere in the U.S. So go on there, find something you like, grab an order, free shipping.
Yeah, free shipping. Can't beat that.
They strive to be like some of the best and comfiest T-shirts, and we have plenty.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
they are truly awesome.
Yeah, they're incredible. Check them out.
So if you're sick of the big corporate chain
Boxy
clothing,
tees.
boxy tees, clothing companies, give it a rest. Check out the Story Merchandise and see if there's anything on there that you like. Give them a shout. Give them some love.
Absolutely. I guarantee when you go there, you will find something you like. His whole website's incredible.
I know Brandon is a big fanny pack guy.
I am a huge fanny pack guy.
So he's got fanny packs.
Yes, he does.
Got koozies.
Yes, he does.
It's awesome.
Yes.
Great stuff. So thank you
Great
guys for tuning in, listeners. We appreciate you. As always, cheers.
Cheers.
You know, B, I don't think I ever told you this, but at your wedding, you looked snazzy.
Oh, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate
Where,
it.
that tie, that's a fly tie.
It was a fly tie.
Where did you get that from?
I got that from taserties.com.
Yeah, with tie sear?
With Ty Sear, the owner of Taser Ties. He hooked me up with that tie.
Yeah?
Yes. Yep.
That's pretty
Matched my
awesome.
whole suit. I told him this was what I was wearing, and the dude hooked me up, and I looked sweet that
You know
day.
what? I also went with the Taser tie.
Yes, you did. And you looked
It's
good.
a nice little floral print.
Yes.
It matched perfectly.
Yep. We both had floral prints,
Yeah, he
actually.
also hooked me up with a tie clip.
Yes, he
A
did.
golden paperclip tie clip.
Yes.
Man's amazing.
He is incredible.
He's such an awesome entrepreneur.
Yep.
He's done wonders. His business, Taser Ties. If you go check him out right now, you can use the coupon code TFG at checkout and receive
25% off.
That is one hell of a deal.
It really is.
So head over to taserties.com today. Enter coupon code TFG.
Do it.